Ekwueme, Ekwueme, Ekwueme. Oh my God, guys. Oh my God. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Life Issues. This is my name, Blessing. Thank you so much for coming today. I am so depressed and very troubled by the death of Osinachi. I don't know if you guys know about this story. Since I had this story and someone sent it to me on my timeline yesterday, I have not been myself. How many of us, how many of us will die? How many of us needs to be killed before the society start fighting for the rights of a woman in Africa, for the voiceless, for those whom society, family, religion have failed? Join me this evening as I talk about what actually happened to Osinachi and how she died. Hello, guys. Good evening, everyone. I know you guys must have heard that a popular Nigerian gospel singer, Osinachi, died in Abuja hospital. And now, when this news was announced, it was said that she died of cancer. And the earlier news was that she was suffering from a throat cancer. And so people now started, you know, talking about things that they know about her marriage and her relationship with her husband, and actually what happened to this lovely soul. If you've ever listened to this woman's song, it is deep, it is spiritual, it is a cry for help. You could actually lose yourself in her songs. There is this deep calling to her song. Like when I listen to Osina Chi's song, I actually get goosebumps because you could see a soul crying out for God through her ministration, for God intervention. Little did we know that she was through song singing about her life and asking God for intervention. All right, so Osinachi died in Abuja hospital, and apparently, from what people are saying, I'm going to give you guys the whole detail, the whole story that has been coming up, and so that you can actually have your informed information of what actually happened in this marriage, and then we can talk about it. So this is her husband, and he happened to be her manager. And apparently, every song that she had out there, every show that she had gone, the money was being pocketed by her husband. The man controlled her ministry and everything. Actually, she was also being abused in her marriage. Now, nobody can confirm if it was the beating or it was the maltreatment that led to her death. Nobody can actually confirm if, because we're still waiting for the whole story to come. The only thing that we know, let me tell you what the producer said, when you make money and your husband collects all the money and leave you penniless, when your husband visits the studio, gets angry and leaves you in the studio without even transport to return home. I have personally told this man to leave this marriage, but she kept making excuses for the monster. The last song we recorded, this was our chat below. I'll show you guys the chat. We were recording a song that she doesn't want the husband to know. And the last time I told her to leave the husband, she asked me to help her to talk to her pastor, which was difficult for me because I don't have a relationship with him. So basically, this man was in an abusive relationship. She was making money, she was going for show, and the man was collecting the money. I mean, it's not as if it's not just about collecting the money, it's about making her penniless, like collecting all the whole money and giving her none, like she was not giving her anything. This is actually the bit that people are like, okay, the woman is the one making the money. You happen to be the manager, suppose that's what you said you are. But why will you leave her penniless, like leave her with nothing, nothing at all? Not only that, she was being maltreated. And when she was advised, and this is where the whole story gets me upset, when she was advised to leave this man, she now refers to her pastor, that the person should talk to her pastor for her to leave an abusive marriage. Hey, oh, this is a story that we talk about almost every day, and it's as if, oh, bloggers don't like marriage, or bloggers are telling us to leave our marriages. No, instead of you to die because of marriage, instead of you to die because of love, is it not better for you to leave that man than for you to die? And it is I don't know how you guys feel about this story. This story happens to be the story of a lot of Nigerian men and women marriages. They are living in their marriage, and seriously, they are very unhappy. They want to leave, but they cannot go because of family, church, people, friends, expectation. I made a video last week of the returnee that died. The same story, the same pattern. Now, this is the producer. This is the mail she sent to the producer. And she wanted to record her last music without the husband knowing, because he was not even giving her anything. Let's talk about the story of the pastor, because this is where our spirituality and our religiosity actually gets us killed. So she goes to Paul, I think it's Paul and H's church, which is Dynamics, yeah. And I'm not going to even wonder if the pastor is not aware that she was an abusive marriage. Was the pastor not informed? I know he would tell me maybe he must have cancelled. When is it time for pastors to tell these people, like, leave this marriage, or you must get out, so he's going to kill you? Why is it that in our churches there is this, belief that you must stay? The man is killing you, the man is about to kill you, and our pastors would tell you to endure. You have to endure. You have to stay. You cannot leave your marriage. Marriage is ordained by God. Is an institution ordained. Ngwa now, institution ordained. Oh yeah, pastor, carry body, go and bury. Oh yeah, you and your conscience. You know what you advised this woman. You know what you told her, because you do not want to break the vision, the beautiful scenario, the beautiful image that you have created of your church. How can your choir leader divorce? How is it possible? When you have, it's a pity that this thing happened to this woman. And many of her friends are coming out to talk about what actually happened. Amanda just said something. Her husband, Nobiam, I've encountered him once, a control freak whose only interest is to make maximum profit from her voice. I'm not surprised if she lived through an abusive and refused to leave. That is really her problem. She's gone now and he's still there. And this is what we keep saying. This is what we keep saying. I'm going to show you what it is God Martins wrote. And that was one of the comment that I saw, and I was like, oh my God. God Martin said, yeah, while praying last night, all I was, praying for was for God to touch the hearts of people around her. Let them come out and speak. because people actually know that she was in an abusive marriage. People know that, but you know what are they going to say? She's gone, she's gone. Speak, speak now. That she died in a hospital. They're going to cover. We know that Nigeria will happen to this woman. Nigeria always happens to people. They will say it's a different case. Yeah, she was an abusive marriage, she did not come out. I saw Frank Edwards comment, and he's going after this man. He's really upset, and he's really, really upset. But even it is a case of, you advise them, they will not want to come out. Do you understand? And you yourself, you become a bad person for even advising. Most of the friends are coming out to say, okay, this will happen. She was in an abusive marriage. And I bet you, please don't come and say, maybe what did they do? Did they not advise? They must have advised her. They must have told her. But because of, you know, the church, because we must paint a picture of a path. This is a broken body, my, it's cracked. Jesus did not come for a perfect body. He came for a bruised, broken, damaged, destroyed body. But the pastors want us to paint a perfect body. Yeah? People will be constantly living their lives worrying about what the churches and society will say if they walk out of an abusive marriage. I don't get it. You know, I do my video because I just want to advise, people out there and talk to someone, anybody. You need to walk out. You really need to walk out. We need to teach our children, our daughters, we need to talk to them. If that marriage is toxic, it's not very toxic, please run for your life. Like, run. Don't even look back as you are running. You cannot be in a marriage where the man is about to kill you and you are there because of what people will say and what family will say, or what culture or what religion will say. Now, the same pastor will say make you stay, and the same pastor will go bury you. Get sense. This is Frank Edwards' comment. You see? He says, so that unreasonable human being finally put off a shining light. I won't say much now. I'll let the former NDDC director, Auntie Joy, who did everything possible to stop this from happening, talk first. But it still happened. We tried to stop this. This brings me to mind to the fact that, you know what? If we actually drill down this story, this woman stayed. She stayed. She could have gone. She could have left. She had the option to go. And it still boils down to image. How will my ministry survive? What did my pastor say? She should have gone. I'm not going to start condemning her. She's gone. She made her choices. She did not go. But for those of us who are in marriage or marriages that are not working, please, forget the ministry, forget the whatever. If you die, you are dead. She's left 4 beautiful children just because of what will the society say? What will the Christian community say? What will my pastor say? I need my pastoral approval. Ngwa now. Okay, let me go through this guy's story because his story actually touched me, and I'm going to end this video with this before I round up my advice. He said, my father was appointed as an elder in the church by the church council member. The very day I operated to the pastor that my mom was hospitalized because he beat her up so severely. My mother was shocked when she heard the news from her hospital bed. When the pastor's wife came visiting, my mom asked her why, and she said, my husband said they gave him the position that they can monitor him closely. Some weeks later, it happened again. My father came back home and started beating my mother for not paying our school fees. She ran to the pastor's house for help. The man said, trust God. This is part of marriage. It is meant to strengthen your love for your. Can you imagine? A man is beating me. I'm loving him. Now, I don't know where these people get this ideology or this preaching from. A man is beating me, and you think I'm loving him. Ah, I am thinking about how to put sasia on his food, not loving. Love moto, love love war. A man who is beating you. Hmm. She fell unconscious and was in a coma for 2 days. Later, when she opened her eyes, she said, "Can you imagine? Upon the beat, this is how I'm gonna just you guys can read it later. This guy's story is gonna be on my Instagram, it's gonna be on my Facebook page. Go and read it. How his mom died because they gave her Psalm 91 and Psalm 40 and told her to be fasting and prayer. Just be fasting and praying, for your marriage. Yeah, an abusive man, and this is what happened. Anyway, if you've not heard the story, this is the story. This is what's going on the timeline on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Niger News, Niger Plug. Everybody is talking about the death of Osinachi Nwachukwu and how her husband contributed to this beautiful to these divas and deaths. Peter Nwachukwu, you have the 4 children now, and let me see if you can eat the money now. Oh yeah, the gospel singer is dead. Ngwa, carry money, eat. Okay, at 45, 40, I think she's 42. She's dead. Carry money, eat. Ngwa, go and sing the song by yourself. Let's see if you produce like her. Ngwa, Peter. Carry money or eat so money de broke. Let's see if the shows and everything that she used to go before, if you can now start going it by yourself. Please, women, please. I know our society, why women stay back is because of the fact that we do not have that support system. Maybe you're from a very poor home and you cannot afford to go back to your family. Maybe your husband is financially capable, he's the one that's taking care of you and you cannot leave. But the question is, if you die, what will happen? That children that you're staying back for, if they kill you, who will still support them? Oh, yeah, somebody said I thought she was ill. Well, that was actually the initial story that she was ill, but apparently she's been living through abuse for so many years, and her friends knows, people know about it, but apparently is part of the things they're saying is she had cancer, but they are not telling us the truth. It's not confirmed. That's what they said. But you know how it is. But people that know her and know that she was abused, she was beaten recently before she was hospitalized, are coming out to talk, and they are linking her death to the abusive husband. That's what is going on the timeline. Is on Twitter, is everywhere, and I brought it out here for you guys to know and for you guys to understand that. Please. You see, she might have actually finally died out of illness or tumor or cancer, but what brings that thing now? Is it not unhappiness? A man always beating, always beating. Yeah, they said cancer of the throat. That was the initial story, cancer of the throat. But other stories are coming out. People, even the newspaper that actually said cancer of the throat, which was Punch, they are retracting they are now retracting their publication and now talking about the abuse that she has suffered and that it might have been a link to her death. We don't know, but one thing we can confirm is that her marriage was abusive. While she was singing and she was, entertaining us, she was actually passing through a lot. That is why it's also good for us to be praying for our ministers, like all these people, Sinach them, Adad them, they are married. We don't know what they are passing through. Sometimes they are praying and they are singing, and we think that they are singing unto God. It's actually sometimes their problem that they are singing and crying God for help. We don't know. I'm not saying, I'm just saying no. Let's be praying for them, because they are also human beings. Even our pastors, sometimes they come on the pulpit, they will pray, they will talk about God. We don't know what they are passing through. Let's all be praying and know that by God's grace, this heaven, when we reach there, we go know who make them. If I see you, I say, you don't make them. We don't make them. Until then, let's actually make sure that we are safe. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you. Bye bye.